Hi, I'm Ed Yaw. At County College of Morris, we believe all citizens need to be informed about the important issues that affect their daily lives. That's why we're proud to support programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the Prudential Foundation, the Merck Company Foundation, PSE&G, the Newark Public Schools, and by the Russell Berry Foundation.
This is One-on-One.
That's good acting, yeah.
I get that a lot. I go to Atlantic City all the time, like, are you the guy? I go, no, I'm not.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
They thought that I wouldn't survive it, but I knew I would.
You're about to meet one of the most talented, successful young men ever. You're going to learn a lot from him. He is David Reith.
Yes.
He is the winner of the 2012 New Jersey Collegiate Entrepreneur of the Year Award. You're a student at Caldwell College.
I'm a student.
And this award, the 2012 Entrepreneur of the Year Award, who put this on?
Rider University actually sponsored the event, and but it was my superior that headed the business division that told me about it and encouraged me to apply for it.
Here's the question.
Yes.
You get encouraged by someone at Caldwell to do this.
Sure.
What is the business that you have that you said, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm going to enter this competition, I've got what it takes?
Well, Awesome Auto LLC.
Awesome Auto LLC.
Yes. It's a automotive beautification or detailing company that I started when I was about 12 years old.
What took you so long?
What? Well,
hold on. Paint the picture for us,
sure.
Because I have a 10-year-old and I feel he's an underachiever and I want him to watch this show. No, I'm only kidding. So you're 12 years old and you say, I'm going to start this business.
Well, it started actually when I was about 10 years old. My father has a landscaping company, and I worked for him. He strapped a leaf blower on my back when I was
Did he give you a choice?
There was a choice there, yeah.
Okay.
There was a choice, but I enjoyed working with him, and he taught me a lot. So one Sunday, he said, Dave, you want to help me wax my Peterbilt? And it was
Your what?
Peterbilt. It's a truck.
Clearly you can see how technically aware I am. Go ahead.
I am, yes. That's okay. So he said,
that's you?
That is me, yes.
Okay, so now you're doing what now as a little kid?
That car was actually my first vehicle that I ever detailed. That was the black car that just passed was 2004.
So you get into this. What happens?
Yep. I just one day, my uncle had seen the work that I do, and he runs his hand along the car. It's very smooth. And he says, can you do mine? And that was that black car. That was the first car I did. So, and then I sat down that night and just thought about it. And I said, you know what, I could maybe make something of this. And it was, from there, the rest is history.
But the idea, I know, but you're obviously leaving out a lot. The idea that you start this business and being technically good at something, being proficient. I just actually wrote an article. I write for the Star Ledger, and I know you probably read my column every week to learn important things, right?
Sure.
Yeah, just go along with that.
Yeah.
It's a good move, kid, if you want to come back. And I wrote an article saying, what are the keys to being a successful entrepreneur? And I said, some people think just being good at something, like you're good at that. But there's so much more, right? Like? I mean,
like you said, it's very narrow to just say, I'm good at something, I can go out and try and make something of this. I mean, there's interacting with people, there's being punctual, sticking to your word. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. Offering what you say you can offer. So sure, there's a plethora of things just beyond I can do something well.
And taking risks and stepping up, because who was it at Caldwell College that actually said, hey David, you can do this?
Professor O'Rourke, the chair of the business division. So ever since I applied to Caldwell, he's been very supportive and receptive to my story. So.
But part of being an entrepreneur, part of being successful, is taking up challenges, which means you can also be rejected. Was there a part of you that said, I don't know if I want to do this entrepreneur competition? Was there a part of you?
There was definitely something of me that said, son of a gun, I'm gonna apply, and it could end up not working out well. But I figured, let me give it my best shot, and if I try my hardest, which I did, with respect to the whole application, and just state the facts. What is Awesome Auto, and who am I? And I figured if I was honest and tried my hardest, that would be the best I could do.
What do you think the judges saw? And by the way, we're seeing you with the award right there. What do you think, David, they saw in you and about you that said, you're the guy, you're the one?
I'm sure they definitely took a look. The application was quite comprehensive with respect to your future business plan and your income, what volume you do, what do you plan to do to make this happen in the future and grow it. So there was plenty of things upon which they could judge.
What is the vision? What is the future?
Well, I don't really know, Steve. I don't know what the future holds. All I know is that the here and now, I'll try my hardest and see what paths open up in the future.
You know, for a lot of people watching right now, some of whom envision themselves as entrepreneurs, some of whom may be out in the marketplace because they've lost a job and think, maybe, just maybe, it's my time to try to be an entrepreneur. I know you said before what you think it takes, but internally, deep inside, what do you think it takes, as young as you are? How old are you?
I am 20.
What do you think it takes?
Not
just technically, what does it take, but deep inside, as a person, what kind of person do you think it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur?
I think, Steve, I really think that it's just the passion. If you don't have the passion for whatever you're doing, you won't be good at it. And how can you live and breathe something, if you will? How can you live and breathe something if you don't have that passion for it?
Describe your passion for what you do.
Well, ultimately, when it comes down to it, is it about the vehicles? It's not. It's about an attention to detail. So
explain that to me. Give me an example.
Sure. When I'm detailing an interior of a vehicle, I'm getting in all these little cracks and crevices, and oftentimes a client will come out and be like, all right, Dave, enough. Just stop. You're good. Leave my car. But if I spend 15 minutes on getting a little stain out or a spot, and there we see
what are we looking at?
That's my truck and my mobile detailing unit. So you see the awesome auto graphics on the side, and
no detail too small?
No detail too small.
Because?
Because if I miss it, the client will say, you missed that. They may not say, oh wow, Dave spent 15 minutes under my seat getting that coin out. But they will, if they see the coin, say, he didn't get that coin out.
Finally, what's it like for you? I mean, as a student at Caldwell College, winning this Entrepreneur of the Year award. What's it like when you see the reaction of a client to the work that you have done to their auto? What's it like for you?
It's rewarding. That's it. I look forward to their reaction because I know they'll be pleased with my work.
You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
Inside, I am proud of myself, but I definitely know that it doesn't come without hard work.
It never stops. And like when people say, I'm done, I've achieved what I want to, it never stops. That's the other thing about entrepreneurs, they know that. David Reith is the winner of the 2012 New Jersey Collegian Entrepreneur of the Year Award. He is a student at Caldwell College. By the way, shout out again for your professor.
Professor O'Rourke. I thank him, and everyone at Caldwell is very supportive, and I thank all of them. It's a great school.
That's the other good thing that entrepreneurs have to remember, is to thank those who help them get to the dance. Good job. Good luck.
Great advice. Thank you so much for having me, Steve.
Make sure you come back and tell us about your progress.
I look forward to it.
We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. One-on-One continues with really fascinating people, regardless of their age. We'll be right back. That's good.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
That is great stuff. That is Roberta Mathis, the artistic director of Beyond Dance at Bergen Pack. How you doing?
I'm great.
Tell me, those are your students?
Well, my students are Beyond Dance at Bergen Pack students. We have a myriad of classes and genres of dance.
But just so we know, because I don't want to assume
these are
I don't want to assume that anyone knows anything about this. What is Beyond Dance?
Beyond Dance is an electrifying dance program in the heart of Englewood, New Jersey at Bergen Performing Arts Center.
And it's been around for?
7 years.
Did you start it?
I did start the program, but prior to that I had a dance school for 14 years. And I was a professional dancer.
Yeah, let's do that part, because we'll come back to Bergen Pack.
Okay.
And by the way, folks, are we putting up the Bergen Pack website, guys? Let's put up the Bergen Pack website, and the reason we're doing this in conjunction with our partners at the Berry Foundation. Put up the website, because we want to make sure you go there. It's a wonderful artistic institution in northern New Jersey. Do that. I'm curious about this, your background. You actually told me before we got on the air, you started dancing at 4 in New York City.
In New York City.
How did that happen?
Well, my mom enrolled me to a dance school, and everybody went to this neighborhood school. It was a recital school, and I had really bad training. And when all I wanted to do is dance, I realized I needed to get better training. So I trained in New York City at Joffrey Ballet, American Ballet Theater, and then I have a BA in dance from Adelphi University. I knew I wanted to dance, but my parents did not want me to dance. They were European Jews, and they felt that it was a gypsy lifestyle and that it wouldn't be stable since they had lost everything. They came here before World War II.
So it wasn't encouraged.
So they didn't really encourage me. They loved to dance. Both my parents loved to dance. They used to take dance lessons and practice in the hallway in the house, but they didn't want it for me as a career.
But you did, because you started your own dance school.
I didn't. I had a partner,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and she kind of encouraged me to do that. I was still in my performing stages. I was working professionally quite a lot in the 80s and 90s, and I didn't want to stop to open up a school, but I did. And I always loved teaching and giving my passion to the younger generations of dancers.
And so help me understand this. You come 7 years ago to Bergen Pack.
My partner and I closed the school, and Frank Huddle, who's now the mayor of Englewood, was reopening the John Harms Theater and making it the Bergen Performing Arts Center.
Right.
So I approached him. I said, look, if I split with my partner, can I bring some dance to the theater? Can we have a dance program? He said, sure. 2 weeks later, I started teaching classes in the upstairs studio in the theater.
What's it like? What's it like?
Well, for me, it feels great because it's a part of a whole.
What do you mean?
I'm not just another dance school. I'm in a world-class theater on a world-class stage with the best of everything. You know, we have a beautiful theater. It gives our dancers an opportunity, added opportunities to perform. And I feel like I'm a part of a whole institution.
Beyond dance, though. What does that mean, beyond dance?
Well, we're a step above. I think we're a step above most of the dance schools in Bergen County. I pride myself in having the best faculty from New York City. They're all professional dancers and have worked on Broadway. In fact, I just hired a guy from So You Think You Can Dance. And I think that'll be great for the students.
Describe the students, and some Alvin Ailey connections as well?
No, some of our teachers have taught at Alvin Ailey.
Oh, they have, okay.
I've taught at American Ballet Theater Summer Intensive. I teach still at Steps on Broadway.
Got it.
So my connection with New York, it's like I'm bringing New York to New Jersey.
Well, I'm curious about this. The students. Who are the students who sign up? I mean, is there... I'm just curious, is there a certain profile? Do they know?
We don't discriminate.
Good.
We don't discriminate at all, whether they have training, don't have training.
Oh, really?
We don't discriminate if they have money or don't have money. We don't turn anyone away. We offer scholarships.
Wait, anyone says, I'm fascinated by dance, I have no dance background, I want to become a part of Beyond Dance at Bergen Pack, they can be a part of it?
Definitely.
Well, how do they fit in? Because what we just saw was so incredibly
Well, we have a great
impressive.
Training system. We offer great training. We have creative movement and pre-ballet for the younger students. And I encourage all my students, whether they're taking hip-hop, ethnic, tap, or theater dance, ballet is the basis of everything.
Say that again?
Ballet is the basis of all dance forms.
Explain that.
Well, you need technique in order to grow as a dancer, as a performer. You need a foundation. And my faculty and I offer this foundation for them, and we make it fun, as well as serious. Yeah.
Help me understand that a little bit. How could it be fun? Because it looks like such incredibly...
It's tedious. Being a ballet dancer is the toughest profession in the world, but We tell them they need the ballet training in order to do the other dance forms that you saw on the screen before.
And that is true.
That is true.
Do most of the folks who come, do they want careers?
Some do and some don't. So we offer coaching for those that wish to pursue a career in the performing arts. And we also offer, I'm privately working with different students trying to get into a college program for the performing arts.
And don't you teach them some audition?
And then we have an audition program.
What is it called, the audition what?
Prep workshop.
You actually prep them to audition?
We show them how to make resumes, we offer them guidance on how to get pictures, resumes. We sometimes connect them with agents in New York City.
How competitive are we talking?
Well, I don't believe in competition among the students. I believe each student has to be the best that they can be. And that's what's the most important thing, not competing against each other.
You know, it's so interesting. People may think they know Bergen Pack. They may think they know because they know of a certain performer who's performing there. But when we talk about Beyond Dance, talk about your initiative, it's beyond a certain performer coming there. It's really about artistic education.
Artistic progress and excellent education, excellent training.
What has it done for you?
Well, I think I love to give to others, and I especially love transmitting my love for dance to my students and inspiring them to be the best that they can be.
When you see, 30 seconds left, I can't believe this time has gone by so quickly. When you see a student who was convinced he or she couldn't accomplish a certain thing, it's just not me, I don't have the right body, whatever it is, and they break through, what's it like?
Well, I didn't have the greatest body when I was younger, and Bob Fosse told me why was I overweight, and he didn't hire me for 1 or 2 shows because of my body type.
Bob Fosse said
yes.
that? Well.
And if you check out my website, you can see that story. But no, I encourage one never knows. I had students that had the wrong body type, but they had the passion.
Passion's the key.
And they had drive and hard work and tenacity.
That's what you have. Roberto Mathis, Artistic Director, Beyond Dance at a terrific organization called Bergen Pack. Keep up the good work, and we thank our friends at the Berry Foundation for bringing us together.
Yes, thank you. So nice.
Thank you very much. Great meeting you. Stay right there. One-on-one will continue right after this.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
There he is, a very impressive young man, Daquan Foster. He is the Boys and Girls Club Newark Youth of the Year. How you doing, Daquan?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. We should say that we met each other at the Evening of the Stars.
Yes.
And where was it?
It was at the Prudential Center.
That's right. You were introduced to me by Ray Chambers.
Yes.
The philanthropist and good friend of the Boys and Girls Club. And you were the Youth of the Year, and you talked about your vision of being a film director one day.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people were impressed by you, and I turned to you. You came and introduced yourself, and I think you said, I want to be on your show.
I did. I walked up to you, and I was like, how you doing, Mr. Adubato? And I told you more about yourself, and I think you were just blown away. You're like, wow, okay.
You played to my ego.
I did.
Yeah, good move. Daquan, in all seriousness, I'm curious about a couple things. Being the Youth of the Year, there are a lot of things involved in that. Your community service is a big part of that. And by the way, you're going to see a couple of websites that tell you about Daquan. Go and check them out, because this is an incredible young man. Before we talk about your community involvement, you were a victim of bullying at a very young age.
I was.
Talk about it.
Well, being a victim of bullying at a young age, it was really rough, because I spoke differently, or because I thought a certain way, or because I viewed the world in a certain outlook. Kids often made fun of me because of that. They didn't understand it, and unfortunately, kids are a lot crueler than adults, so they called me names and picked on me because I wore glasses, because my teeth were a certain way, and it really got to the point where I was just like depressed beyond measure. And my mom saw that, and she was worried about me, so that's what caused her to enroll me in a Boys and Girls Club. She enrolled me because she wanted me to be the best me that I could be.
What did it do for you, the Boys and Girls Club?
At the Boys and Girls Club, they allowed me to really be myself. They put me in different programs so I could really get a feel of what I like to do. So this way, by the time I was going off to college, which I'm doing now,
Where are you going?
I'm going to the New York Film Academy in January. But by the time I was really going into high school, I kind of knew what I wanted to do. So the club put me ahead of the curve.
It's interesting. You've built a degree of confidence and self-esteem that you said that night when I heard you speak at the Rock at the Prudential Center, that you may not have developed without the Boys and Girls Club.
That is absolutely true. I give the club a lot of credit for the individual that I am right now. I don't think I'd be sitting here before you on this show right now if it wasn't for them.
Talk about your community service, big part of your life.
Very, very big part of my life. My community service, first off, we would go around and do park cleanups.
Who's we?
All of us as members at the Boys and Girls Clubs. We'd do park cleanups and we'd go meet other community groups. We'd go to senior citizen homes, all kind of things. And then on top of that, what we did was we took it a step further by not just giving back to our local community, but giving back to the community of the world. In 2006, we got involved in the Malaria No More initiative, which allowed me and several other members to go to Washington, D.C. and meet the President of the United States at that time, then President Bush.
That's right, we're looking at that picture right there. You went to the White House.
Yes, yes, and everybody's always like, you have golden shoulders. The First Lady of the United States touched your shoulders.
What was that like for you?
It was an experience. When I first walked on stage, I actually just started laughing. And I was like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little bit nervous today, so that's why I laughed. So in front of many United Nations leaders and other world leaders, I just laughed, and they laughed along with me. But it was absolutely wonderful. It's an experience I'll never forget. So many people were there caring for this cause, caring for human life, which is so precious. And the fact that people from across this planet came together for that one event really inspired me.
I'm curious about something. Go back to the bullying part. Did the kids who bullied you, when they saw you succeeding, when they saw you becoming a leader, when you saw you being recognized, did you even care how they might change their attitude to you? Do you even care what other people think of you?
In all honesty, at this point, not really. I feel like I'm just going to be me. I was born as Daquan Foster, and I'm going to be Daquan Foster till the day that I die.
Daquan Foster, let me ask you this. You're the author of a book called Danger Kids series?
Yes.
What is that?
Now, the Danger Kids series I started writing when I was 11 years old at the Boys and Girls Club. It's a 10-novel series, and right now, the first novel is being released, and it's a prequel to the actual series.
What is that I'm looking at right now?
That's the 12, and right now what you're seeing are some characters from the series, some characters that I developed. And in all honesty, I have to give a lot of credit to a Boys and Girls Club staff member named Amir Washington, who's also my business partner and co-author for that book. The fact that he took an interest in me, an 11-year-old boy sitting at a lunch table writing down ideas, and helped to mold me and help develop me. And now we've independently founded this publishing company, Brickhouse Publishing.
Brickhouse Publishing,
yes.
You've established it.
It's a limited liability company. He's the chief creative officer and founder. No, he's the CEO and founder. I'm the chief creative officer.
You better get that right.
No.
Let me ask you something. You want to be a business person?
I do. I enjoy being an artist and an author, but I also do enjoy the business side of it. Every day I'm at my computer constantly researching and looking up new ways to market the book. I think people were starting to grow worried about me because they're like, you got to put that thing away sometimes. You got to put it down. But I just enjoy it. I feel like you get what you put in.
I heard you were tweeting in the green room.
I was.
What were you tweeting?
I took a picture when I walked in, and my co-author posted it on our Facebook page, and it automatically went to Twitter, and I was retweeting it because I like sharing things with the fans, and I like sharing things with all my friends. I want them to feel like this experience, this journey from this moment up until the moment of the release and onward, they were there, they were a part of. So that's what I was talking to a lot of them.
When's the book coming out?
The book is due out December 12th, 2012.
Film career.
My film career. Well, I do have a couple of ideas lined up. I start school in January, as I said. Long-term goal, Academy Award-winning director. I'm saying it right now. I want to be an Academy Award-winning director. I'm putting it out there in the universe. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do.
Say someone says, who are you to have such lofty goals? You say?
I say it's kind of fun to do the impossible.
You got any role models?
I do. As far as well-known role models, George Lucas, I definitely have looked up to him my entire life. I had the pleasure of seeing him and being in his presence at a Star Wars convention in 2010, thanks to the Boys and Girls Club who allowed that to happen. So to see your hero...
Not bad.
Yeah, it was life-changing. And I was like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. As far as personal heroes, my mom's definitely one of my personal heroes because
What's she meant to you?
she means the absolute world to me. She actually drove me here today. So she's always been so supportive at everything, and she's made sure I've had all the resources necessary. I could have said, I want to build cars. She would have made sure I was in some kind of automotive program. Anything in the world that I would have wanted to do, she would have been 100% supportive of, and I'm just happy she's supportive of this right now.
Final question.
Yes.
Because you're born and raised in Newark, do you feel any extra responsibility to accomplish your dreams, to send a message to the world about young men and women from Newark?
Absolutely. I feel like it's absolutely necessary for children in the city to see that people from our city can succeed. You're from our city, you've done it, you've made it, you've succeeded. And people look at that and they're like, wow. And I feel like now it's my turn, for my generation, for us to make our impact and take over the world in a sense. And so that's why I feel like it's really my responsibility to do this. It truthfully means the world to me to make it, because the message that it sends back to people.
Hey, Daquan, I'm proud of you.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the Prudential Foundation, the Merck Company Foundation, PSE&G, the Newark Public Schools, and by the Russell Berry Foundation. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.
When you suffer from chronic hip pain, you start counting every step. At Virtua, we practice the most minimally invasive total hip replacement techniques, so you can stop counting and get your life back faster. Take the first step. Contact Virtua today at gotmylifeback.org.
I'm Steve Adubato. Join me for the next edition of Caucus New Jersey, Taxes, Healthcare, Education, and the Economy. I'll ask the questions that you want answered.
Airing on NJTV, 13 and WHYY. Check your local listings.